Once upon a time, about 2 years ago, three individuals texted me about the same time. There were two gentlemen and one female, and they were so keen. So it was like a few months after I had come to the US, and they were texting me on Facebook, really curious on how I did it and what they needed to do to come. And the back and forth messaging, trying to find out if the qualifications the agencies want, those guys have them. And I came to realize, oh yes, these are great candidates. They had the right experience. They were working in these big hospitals with the required bed capacities, and they were a go. Like nothing could actually stop them. I came to realize a few days ago when I was going through my chats, and then I came to realize these three people, what happened? I mean, they never came back to give me any, any feedback of what had happened. That's the goodness of chat. The chats. You're able to see how the flow of communication and what challenges were there and what you discussed about. But anyway, I went in and just to touch base. Two have not responded, but one did, and she just told me life happened, and she was weighing options. She was seeking, validation from time to time. She was overwhelmed with life and options, and I was like, these are typical characteristics of indecisiveness at the top cream. And so I came to realize there are so many people who want to do things, but they just don't want, for some reason, they don't get to do them. And I came up, trying to figure out, let's handle this business for sure. Let's find out what exactly is happening. I mean, you want to start, but you're not. Let's talk about this. I came to realize the first big reason that makes people actually not even start is, what will people think? What will my wife think? What will my father think? What will my mother think? What will my colleagues think? You start having all these thought processes, trying to seek validation from various people who sometimes don't even care. And sometimes they will support you, but you're there battling, having these battles in your mind, trying to figure out, how do I do this? How will I manage this? Trying to look for opinions, and that shows that you have zero confidence with actually what you want to do. So if you see someone, or if that's you always seeking for validation, always seeking for references, always asking, what do you think about this? I want to buy this, but what do you think? And then you go back and forth for a long period of time. That's one. The second one is pretty typical, and procrastination. Oh my goodness. This is a big one. So this person has actually decided to do something, but for some reason, they are frequently delaying the action part until the last minute. And I came to realize the biggest reason why they do that, because they fear making the wrong choice. And so they end up not making a choice at all. And there are dangers. You rather make a wrong choice, I'm telling you, because time waits for no man. You'll get an experience from it. I mean, if it's not you, somebody else will learn from the wrong choice that you made, as opposed to not making a decision at all, or postponing it, hoping that something else will happen, something better. No, it doesn't work like that. So procrastination is number two killer dream, especially of nurses who actually want to come to the US. They procrastinate, and they just get overwhelmed, and then they just don't get started. And that gets us to point number three, overthinking. Oh, I have three kids. They are 2 years old. I need a nanny. My husband doesn't, I don't think he's going to accept this. Oh, that place, I'm told there's no enough food. Oh, how will I get the money? Oh, you overthink, you overanalyze, you overweigh options, you trying this and that in your mind, and that is excessive for you. I mean, those impulses they weigh you down instead of actually pausing and taking the action. Overthinking, a huge problem among people, especially people who want to actually do something. You are overthinking about this. If it's not this, it's something else. Now, that is danger. Please, if you know somebody who is like this, or if that's you, just pause and reflect. Number four, and the final one, there are many, but I just decided on these big four. The fourth one is obviously feeling overwhelmed by options. Have you ever heard a term called paralysis in decision making? I mean, you are paralyzed because you have options. And I always say options are not always good. People want to have options, but let me tell you, you go, maybe you want to buy a sofa. We were going to buy a sofa set there this past week. And we went to this particular store and we were amazed by the options that we were given. And you know what? We went there 2 hours sitting one sofa to the other. What happened at the end of the day? He said, no, let's go home and decide about it. And 2 days later, 2 or 3, whatever, we decided now let's go there. And then on the way, we were like, what if we go to another store just to see what they have? Options. Oh. They were even better sets of sofas. And we were like, oh my goodness. Just that they were way above our budget. But we said, these are good. If we could afford this, we could get them. And then we said, let's go to the earlier store and just get what within our budget. And on our way, we saw another store. We're like, this is new. Let's go see it. Man, options. And then we ended up getting overwhelmed, but finally, we had to make a decision. I mean, we can't do this back and forth. Life has to continue. So that's what happens. You get emotionally paralyzed. You get decisionally. That word exists. I think it's there. If it's not, add in the dictionary. Decisionally paralyzed. You can't decide. And so you're just there. So guys, please, you have to handle these huge killers, murderers of your dreams. You have to handle them one way or another. Do not ignore them, because when you ignore, life is happening, and what you're setting up for yourself, honestly, is what? Regrets. Yes, you got that right. 10 years down the line, you won't even remember all these reasons. You won't remember these are the things that actually caused you. What you'll remember is you wanted to do something and you actually didn't. And you are setting an example to even people look up to you. Mommy said she wanted to do this, but she didn't. Daddy said he's been saying he wants to do this, but he didn't. Don't be that. Don't be that. Take action today. Get started. Remember, share, subscribe, comment. Let's handle these things that are actually killing us slowly. Till next time, bye.